This is the true life story of how an orphan girl called Chioma became a millionaire. Chioma was the only child to a widowed pure water seller. Ever since the night of her father's accident, Chioma and her mother struggled financially, as her mother was a housewife before the death of her father. She was pregnant, and because of the news of her husband's death, she lost the baby because she couldn't bear the trauma of losing her husband. Her mother struggled day after day on the sun selling pure water to be able to fend for herself and her daughter, all to no avail. Chioma dropped out of school to be able to assist her mother in the hawking of pure water, but the struggle was still evident in their lives. One day, Chioma's mother suddenly developed illness from being in the sun too often and was diagnosed with skin cancer. Chioma couldn't bear the thought of losing her mother and found every means to look for the money for her mother's treatments, all to no avail. Weeks went by and she couldn't come up with the money for her mother's treatment, and eventually her mother died, leaving Chioma orphaned, alone and to fend for herself. This took a toll on Chioma's mental health. Chioma couldn't deal with the trauma and the abject poverty she was now exposed to. If she was very poor when her mother was alive, now she was extremely poor and unable to even afford a meal a day. She cried and cried every night anytime she met someone to help her with her situation. Either the women looked down on her or the men offered to help her in exchange for her body, which was against her morals. So one night, she went to a bridge and opted to end it all and join her mother, when a Benz person saw her attempting to jump into the water and dragged her back. It was a richly dressed, handsome-looking man. Chioma was crying and asked him to leave her alone as she was tired of her life and didn't want to live anymore. The man was so kind and urged her to share her story, which she did in tears. He listened and introduced himself and told her his name was Deji. He was an entrepreneur and a sales expert. He helped struggling people like her build a stable income online, and he had just the solution to help her with her financial issues. He took her to a restaurant and told her about a company called Prompt N that pays him in dollars every week. He further explained that even though she wasn't a graduate, she could still do the business, and all it required was her smartphone, her data, and 2 to 3 hours daily. This immediately interested Chioma, and she told him to explain further. He then explained to her that all she needed to do was sell products online that didn't belong to her, and she would be paid as high as $15 per commission. And if she sold to 20 people in a day, that is an easy $300 made in a day by simply pressing her phone and selling products that she did not create. And she could do this from anywhere. All she needed to do to get started was to go through a program that would teach her everything that she needed to know about the business, expos and tips on how to sell the products, and get registered under the company. Chioma didn't need to hear another word. She immediately signed up for the program and got registered under the company, and in a month, Chioma made $9,000 as a complete illiterate beginner with zero skills. Her life changed completely. She continued her business more and became the top in her company. She even surpassed Deji in being the top. And in 6 months' time, Chioma became so rich and was an inspiration to many ladies in the online space. She began to mentor and teach people about the business that changed her life. Her popularity online grew and she became a sensation. She was forever grateful to Deji for pulling her out of that bridge that day. And eventually, they fell in love and got married. She and Deji lived their lives as inspirations to people who were not happy with their situations in life. Chioma's only regret was not finding the business earlier, then perhaps her mother would have still been alive. This story I have told you now is a true life story. If you're watching this video, then you are blessed because God has a plan for you. That's why you're seeing this. If you need a side hustle, passive income, or even a business, you could start online where you can make over $50 online with just your smartphone every day. Then use the link on my bio to join my free training class where I will be showing you exactly what Chioma did to earn the figures she did and how I have been able to do that for myself too. You'll get access to an intensive training for free that will change your life for good. I'll be deleting the link soon, so join now before it goes down. Don't sleep on this, so run now and text me on WhatsApp so you can be able to join my group to learn how to change your life just like Chioma did. The training I will personally be giving you is free.